Hello! I'm going to do a quick video on how to carry your twins in Jasmine's hip carry. And for this carry you need 2 large rings and you also need a woven wrap. You can probably do this with your base size -2, but I've got a large Elaroo wrap, and the reason why I've gone for this wrap is because it's really super thin. So that's its full thickness there. It's very thin, and the reason why I want it really thin is because then it takes up less space on the rings, which you'll see in a moment. So what you do first is you find the middle of your wrap. Where you find the middle of your wrap is you put your 2 ends together, and then you find the middle. Some wraps have a tag in the middle that shows you the middle, mine fell off, so just do it that way. The next thing you do is you've got to put 2 rings on here. So first thing I do, just concertina it up. This just means it's not all folded, it makes it easier. So there's one edge there and one edge there. So then put that through both rings. I'm going to reach through the loop that's made, grab hold of the rings, and then I'm just going to pull that over. So then it sits, and this is called a cow hitch. So it now sits. Now this bit, you pull evenly on each part of the wrap, bit by bit, and it tightens up the knot on the rings. So you can see the knot getting smaller. And I like to sit the knot so it's on as less the rings, leaving this part all bare. So I'm going to do it again. And there we go, that's nice and secure on those rings. So then you want to place this part in the middle of your chest with the tails going over each of your shoulders. So, like so. Some people find that the rings feel like they dig in. I've never had that issue, but the easy way to do that is just flip this around, and then this straight pass here makes a cushion on your chest. So the next thing you do is whichever baby you want to put in first, that's the side you need to grab hold of. So if you like to put this baby in first, you grab hold of, you reach through, and you grab hold of that side and bring it under. If you like to put this baby in first, you do the opposite. Grab that side through. I would normally carry with a ring sling on this side. A lot of people say to do your non-dominant side first. I like to do the easy side first because that twin's going to have a lot of faffing around with them because you're reaching around it to get the other baby in. So I like to do that side first. So I'm going to do this side. I'll bring it to one side, reach out to the side, grab at the bottom, and then concertina that up. Then under, through the rings, Now you're going to set this up as if it's 2 ring slings almost. So if you've used a ring sling before, it's a little bit easier. Open up the rings. You're going to take the wrap through that one, but over this one. So you see it goes over and then it's going to go through there. But I want to be able to tighten this on baby really easily. So I want to keep the 2 edges separate. So for my edge, gather it up onto my thumb. Through. So then you have the bottom edge there, across to there, and you have your top edge. And then again, tighten that just gently across there. So you want to size that height to the size of your baby. So this is where their bum would sit if you set it this size. If their baby is smaller, you want to tighten that up so that it's here. But if you pull down, that's where their bum's going to sit. Then you do the other side, exactly the same, across your back, over, up, and concertina up. So this is taking up a bit of the ring. I'm just going to slide that across, make sure the knot is up here, so I've got more to deal with, through the rings, through. So setting up the second one is slightly harder because you have less room on the ring, so I'm just going to slide that right over there. Tuck that under my arm. If you can't do that, just over your shoulder. Keeps that tail out of your way. And you're going to do exactly the same over the first one, under the second one. Then tighten it up gently. And that's the size of your second pouch. So at the minute I've got one bigger one and one smaller one. And sometimes you do have two different sized babies. Mine were different sized at birth, so if you're doing it from birth, mine would probably need to be ever so slightly bigger on one side. Or if you're carrying two babies that aren't your twins, just similar in age, you might want to do that. So I'm just going to tighten these ever so slightly, bring that back down. So as you can see, I've got tails all the way to the floor, which are going to trip me up. So I'm going to actually tuck them in my back pocket, but I'm not using them. That's a good way of doing it. And afterwards we can use them as secure later if you want to. So this is why you can get away with a much shorter. So I'm going to put first baby in. My babies are a little bit old to do this, this carry, because they're two now. So I'm going to go with this one. So I'm going to put my hand up underneath and pull that down. Feed baby's legs through gently. And keep, depending on their age, with when the hips apart together, and then just sit them there. And then you're going to grab the top edge, just make sure it's free to move, over bum, and then pull up the back. Bring the slack over to the ring and tighten. And just check the slack under the bum. And it gets a little confusing, two tails, so again, get rid of the one you're not dealing with. So smooth on baby's back, knees high on the bum, and they're nice and comfortable. Nice and high on your chest so the airway is protected. Okay, and then we have to deal with the second baby. So this is going to get in my way, so I'm actually just going to tuck that in my back pocket and it's out of the way. So I'm going to bring this one down again. Just make sure, because I messed around with the rings, that this hasn't moved anywhere. It's in the place I want it. So right there. This is where it gets a little bit tricky because I can't reach all the way over. So you have to use the crook of your elbow around the head so you don't squash the head. Like, the other way you can do it is like this. But you have to make sure you don't shove your arm in their face. So this is a bit of a practice one. So, hand baby. Okay. I'm just going to hold baby like this. Ease baby down. Support their back always. And then find the top edge. So you can see I'm trying to keep my arm out of baby's face. Ease up baby's back. All the way, bring the slack to the rings and then pull it through. You have both babies in. I'm not quite comfortable because this side has ridden up on my neck as I've been doing this. It's pushed it up. So actually I've over tightened that slightly. So I'm going to just loosen this baby a second. Keep my hand on baby because that's a bit loose now. Pull that down. Sit baby in. So I'm supporting with my arm there. And tighten up. And there you have 2 babies in a ring sling. I'm just going to get rid of those a minute so you can see their position. So knees high on their bum. If they're quite young babies, you don't want their knees really spread around your body. You don't want to overextend their hips. So sometimes, my littlest twin especially, she liked to sometimes sit a little bit off-centred. So long as her knees are higher, her back is straight and fully supported. And there we have it. So in the long term, what I want to do with these tails is I can go between the legs, I can go with a rope pass, and then just tie behind my back to keep it out the way. And there you have 2 babies, Jasmin's hip carry, slightly off-centred and pretty much straight. Okay, hope you find that useful. Bye!